letter about superannuation was sent to the Australian Taxation Office in December 2021. In January 2022, February 2022, and in March 2022. In a moment of brilliance, the decision was made to hand-deliver letter number 5 to the Taxation Office, Bunda Street, Canberra City. It's in an unmarked building, not on Bunda Street, but in a location best described by a passer-by as just near the entry to the Coles supermarket car park. You can't miss it. Through the tinted glass security barrier was a revolving door, and beyond was a huge empty foyer with a coat of arms and shiny words, Australian Taxation Office. There was no reception counter, just an escalator going up and up and up. This led to another huge empty foyer without a reception counter and yet another escalator going up and up and up. At the top of the atrium was a third huge foyer with turnstiles to sort out the card-bearing wheat from the visiting chaff. There was an endless stream of taxfolk coming and going. There was, however, a reception counter, manned by a tidy young man in a well-pressed uniform, bearing the logo of Canberra's best known and most hated parking business. Please, sir, may I leave this envelope for the Taxation Office? No, there is no shop front here, was the curt response, and he thrust a small card at me which listed Australian Tax Office telephone numbers that could be helpful. I had visited the ATO website looking for relevant phone numbers and perhaps even an email address without success, and had spent an hour or so typing and sending stuff to a badly drawn cartoon character called Alex, also without success. I should have thought that one through. She was just a badly drawn cartoon. Back at the counter, I asked the parking attendant if he could talk to somebody beyond the line that he secured, as that somebody may be able to help me with my superannuation problems. I retired to a welcoming designer sofa. An hour passed and I approached the tidy young parking attendant again to check on progress. He informed me there was no shop front here, and he had not inquired, and I suspect he had been instructed how to annoy shit out of the public. Tachycardia, atrial fibrillation, arrhythmia, and ADHD kicked in, which is a normal response for 75-year-olds. The tidy young man had now mustered support, and I was now facing 3 tidy young parking attendants. In unison they reminded me there was no public access in uppercase letters. My usual floppy old dog demeanour departed me, and I may have said things in a red-faced rage that I now regret. In desperation, I tried to engage with taxfolk coming and going through the turnstiles. They had obviously observed many mad, angry, red-faced old bastards in the foyer, and they all knew the drill. Duck your head, avoid eye contact, and move on briskly. They could always outrun the old dogs with ease. I suspect it's documented tax office policy. As I left, via the endless down escalators, The parking attendants broke ranks and dispersed. One shadowed me to the exit and set off the security alarm. Whoop, 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 whoop. He was just flexing his bravado, and I left before real men in riot gear with submachine guns arrived. Back at my micro-business office, I spent the rest of the day calling 13 10 20 for Australian Tax Office superannuation assistance. After the obligatory 25 minutes of music as boring as batshit and "repeat after me, in Australia my voice identifies me," and furnishing my date of birth, my tax file number, my ABN number, my mother's maiden name, the first street that I lived in, my library card number, etc., etc., I eventually spoke to Isaac in Brisbane. And, after giving him a load of very, very personal information, I asked if he truly worked for the tax office. Surprisingly, he did in fact work for a call centre business called Probe. Probings by Isaac lasted for an hour or so, with many "hold the line" interruptions. We seemed to be getting close to what he referred to as Status 5 resolution on the superannuation front. In fact, "hold the line" was the last comment Isaac made to me. There was a muffled click. 25 minutes of music, as boring as batshit, had started again. "Your call is important to us. How may I help you? My name is Melanie." "Hello, Melanie. Where are you?" "Oh, Brisbane. That's good. Can I talk to Isaac?" "Who's Isaac?" I explained the whole Isaac story to Melanie. She thought Probe was the taxation office debt collection agency. Remember Robo-Debt? It was another long call, and the last thing Melanie said to me was, "Hold the line," as I shouted, "No!" I heard the muffled click. 25 minutes of music, as boring as batshit, had started again. "Your call is important to us. How may I help you? My name is Bev." "Jesus, Bev, where are you?" "I'm in Perth." Of course she was in Perth. The Brisbane crew had finished their day and had gone home for tea, and Perth had another 3 hours to go before tea time in the West. The profit-taking call centre could squeeze an extra 3 hours out of the idiot in Canberra while boosting their bottom line. Anyway, luckily, trainee Bev knew absolutely nothing, and we agreed not to waste each other's time. The call centre business is a great little earner. I suspect the expression, "This call may be recorded for training purposes," should be, "This call may be recorded for billing purposes." The longer the call, the greater the charge, and you never need to resolve any of the taxpayer's issues by switching them off to start again with the next available customer service officer. For call centre income stability, a long queue is always essential, and political donations could guarantee that the profits of the business go on forever. I'm now a cranky old man with just a few first world problems, but our small government treasurer needs a reboot up his fundamental departmental central processing unit. Ho-hum, tomorrow is another day, and my doctor says the ukulele is good for my heart.